Welcome. This lesson is for BSc first semester students. The lesson is from Animal Diversity of Invertebrates. The topic is reproduction in protozoa. With this lesson, the learners will be able to know and understand the major types of reproduction in protozoa, which include asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, the different types of reproduction are fission, which has two types, binary fission and multiple fission, plasmotomy, cyst formation, schizogony, sporogony, and budding. The sexual reproduction includes syngamy, autogamy, cytogamy, conjugation, endomixis, and hemixis. Asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, the development of new individuals occur without the fusion of male and female gametes. The development of new individuals without the fusion of the male and female gametes is known as asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, the nucleus and cytoplasm, they are divided mitotically or amitotically. The asexual reproduction usually it includes the mitotic or amitotic divisions of the nucleus and cytoplasm of the somatic cells. Hence, this reproduction is called as somatogenic or blastogenic reproduction. This reproduction occurs usually in lower plants and animals. The various methods of asexual reproduction in protozoa include binary fission, multiple fission, sporulation, plasmotomy, schizogony, budding, and cyst formation. And the sexual reproduction occurs usually in higher plants and animals. Sexual reproduction in sexual reproduction, the union of male and female gametes takes place. The development of new individuals with the fusion of male and female gametes is known as sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction methods in protozoa include syngamy, conjugation, autogamy, cytogamy, endomixis, and hemixis. Apart from sexual and asexual reproduction, there are some other types of reproduction called parthenogenesis, plasmogamy, and regeneration. Now let us see about binary fission. Binary fission is the most common type of asexual reproduction in protozoans. In binary fission, the parent individual is divided into two daughter individuals. The two daughter individuals are morphologically and genetically identical to that of the parent. So this binary fission occurs during favorable conditions. Before undergoing binary fission, the animal grows in size. Later, the nucleus divides mitotically or amitotically. The nuclear division is followed by cytoplasmic division. The division of the nucleus is called as karyokinesis, and the division of the cytoplasm is called cytokinesis. According to the plane of the fission, the plane in which the fission occurs, binary fission is of four types: simple binary fission, transverse binary fission, longitudinal binary fission, and oblique binary fission. So here we can see the simple binary fission. Simple binary fission occurs in irregular forms like amoeba. So in this type of division, the nucleus and the cytoplasm increase before the division. The nucleus undergoes division first, that is karyokinesis, and later the cytokinesis occurs. A nick is formed where cytoplasm is divided. So these are the two daughter nuclei, and later on the two daughter individuals will separate. So example of simple binary fission is amoeba. The plane of division is difficult to observe in simple binary fission in amoeba. Now let us see about longitudinal binary fission. Longitudinal binary fission occurs in some flagellates. Example Euglena. Here the nucleus and the cytoplasm divide in longitudinal plane. So this is the Euglena. Here the nucleus divides in longitudinal plane and it is divided into two daughter nuclei, and later on cytoplasm will also divide. The fission starts at the anterior end and continues to the posterior end, thus dividing the parent individual into two daughter individuals. So this type of binary fission, which occurs in longitudinal axis of the body, is called longitudinal binary fission. And the third type of binary fission is transverse binary fission. Transverse binary fission occurs in ciliates. Example is paramecium. In this type of fission, the plane of the fission is transverse to the longitudinal axis of the body. Here, the nucleus divides transversely. It is transverse to the longitudinal axis of the body by mitosis. The nucleus divides by mitosis or amitosis. Then there are two nuclei here. Macronucleus divides by amitosis and micronucleus by mitosis. And the cytoplasm divides by transverse to the longitudinal axis of the body, and two daughter individuals are formed. The upper daughter individual is called as proter and the lower one is called as opisthene. And the fourth type of binary fission is called oblique binary fission, and this oblique binary fission occurs in some dinoflagellates. Here the plane of division is oblique to the animal body. The two daughter individuals carry the cytoplasmic organelles of the parent. The cell organelles like mitochondria they are divided during cytokinesis, but some organelles like oral apparatus, flagella and contractile vacuoles, they are carried to one daughter individual, and the second daughter individual, it forms them afresh. Now let us see about multiple fission. During multiple fission and also during sporulation, the cytoplasmic division is not followed immediately after nuclear division. The nucleus of the organism undergoes many divisions. The nucleus undergoes many divisions, forming multinuclei in the body of the cell or the organism. So the nucleus may divide by repeated binary fission. This can be seen in Plasmodium. Whereas in aggregator, the single nucleus will divide into multiple nucleus simultaneously. So thus many nuclei will be formed, daughter nuclei, and they will be arranged at the periphery, and later on the cytoplasm of the organism will also divide, and the cytoplasm surrounds each daughter nuclei, thus forming many daughter individuals. So these daughter individuals, then they release out of the parent body during when that is to happen. But usually in some organisms like amoeba, this multiple fission occurs during unfavorable conditions. So the the number of daughter nuclei that are formed, it varies from species to species, and within the same species also from time to time. And the type of multiple fission is named according to the stage in which in the life cycle when does the multiple fission occurs. According to that, the multiple fission is named. The parent cell leaves certain amount of cytoplasm which later it disintegrates. So multiple fission usually occurs in radiolarians, foraminiferans, sporozoans, and flagellates. So this multiple fission, here in this image we can see the encystment and multiple fission which is occurring in amoeba. So this will occur mostly during unfavorable conditions. First, the amoeba will to face the unfavorable conditions to meet them. It will surround itself. Three coats are formed around the amoeba to protect the unfavorable conditions. And the nucleus will divide into many nuclei, daughter nuclei. They are arranged in the periphery. Later on, cytoplasmic division takes place, and each nuclei will be surrounded by certain bit of cytoplasm, and these are called as pseudopodiospores. These are called as pseudopodiospores. And on the return of the favorable conditions, the wall will burst, and these daughter amoebae will emerge out. So later they will develop into adult. Here we can see the young amoeba with this single pseudopodium will be there, and they are called pseudopodiospores, and later it develops into young amoeba, then adult. So here the presence of the three cysts around the body, this condition is called as encystment. And now let us see about another asexual reproduction, that is sporulation. Sporulation occurs in some protozoans like amoeba. In amoeba, the nucleus, this reproduction occurs during unfavorable conditions. The nucleus in the amoeba will disintegrate, and it will form certain chromatin blocks. The chromatin material will come out of the nuclear disruption, and certain chromatin blocks are formed. Later on, these chromatin blocks are surrounded by a nuclear membrane, newly formed nuclear membrane, and after certain time, the cytoplasm also it surrounds each nuclei, and forms amoebae, and forms daughter amoebae or amoebula. So around such daughter amoebae, a spore case is formed. With the formation of the spore case, these are called as spores. So these spores remain in the body of the amoeba for a certain period, and when the body wall disintegrates, when the body plasma membrane disintegrates, the spores will come out of the body, and the spores may remain for certain time without any damage for a certain period, and after the return of the favorable conditions, the spore case will be ruptured and the daughter amoeba will come out and lead independent, and they will lead their life. So this process is called as sporulation. It usually occurs during unfavorable conditions. The next type of asexual reproduction is schizogony. In schizogony, the nucleus will divide into many bits, many multinuclei are formed in the organism, and later on the cytoplasm will divide and form cytoplasmic buds. So these cytoplasmic buds will pinch off from the organism and develop into new individuals. So this type of reproduction is called schizogony. Schizogony usually occurs in the formation of merozoites and sporozoites in the life cycle of Plasmodium. It can also be seen in the formation of gametocytes in Monocystis. The next form of asexual reproduction is budding. So budding results as irregular fission. A small bud is formed attached to the parent body. So this bud, it separates from the parent body and grows into individual organism. So budding, whenever only a single bud originates from the parent body, that is called as monotonic budding, and this is seen in Verticella. Whereas in multiple budding, several buds are formed at a time. So such budding is called multiple budding, and multiple budding is seen in Suctoria. And now let us see about plasmotomy. Plasmotomy is a special type of asexual reproduction. It occurs in multinucleate protozoans. The multinucleate protozoans, the cytoplasm of this protozoans, they divide and form daughter individuals with multinuclei. So here nuclear divisions will not take place, but only cytoplasmic divisions occur. The multinucleate parent individual will divide into multinucleate daughter individuals without any nuclear division. Only cytoplasmic division occurs and daughter individuals with multinuclei are formed. So this is seen in Opalina and some Pleomyxa. Opalina and Pleomyxa are the examples. Now let us see about sexual reproduction in protozoa. The sexual reproduction methods include syngamy, conjugation, autogamy, cytogamy, endomyxis and hemixis. First is the syngamy. Syngamy is the fusion of male and female gametes. This is called as syngamy. Syngamy is the complete fusion of the two sex cells or gametes. The fusion nucleus formed by the union of the gametes is called as synkaryon. Depending upon the degree of differentiation displayed by the fusing nuclei, syngamy is of different types. The first is hologamy. In hologamy, the two individuals, they do not form gametes, but they themselves act as gametes and fuse. Such type of syngamy is called as hologamy. Hologamy is seen in few Sarcodina and a few Mastigophora. Example is Copromonas. And the next type of syngamy is isogamy. In isogamy, the gametes formed are similar in size and shape morphologically, but they differ in their behavior. Such gametes are called as isogametes and the union is called as isogamy. Isogamy is common in Foraminifera. Example is Alphidium, Gregarina, Monocystis, and Phytomonadida, Chlamydomonas. And coming to anisogamy, here the fusing gametes, they are dissimilar morphologically, that they are dissimilar in their size and shape, and also they differ in the behavior. Such gametes are called as anisogametes and that fusion is called as anisogamy. Anisogamy is seen in sporozoans like Plasmodium and Phytomonadida, that is Volvox. And the last one is autogamy. Autogamy is the union of the gametes of the same parent. So that is called as autogamy. Autogamy is seen in Actinophrys and Actinosphaerium. Now let us see about the next type of sexual reproduction, that is conjugation. Conjugation it occurs during unfavorable conditions in paramecium. The conjugation occurs between two different mating types belonging to one syngen. So these two different mating types, they come closer together, unite by their ventral sides and by the oral grooves, and the other structures are lost, and they are now called as conjugates. So the pellicle and that will rupture, ectoplasm will be dissolved and a protoplasmic bridge exists between these two pre-conjugates. So now they will be called as conjugates. So these conjugates, they move freely for some time and some changes occur in them. So each conjugate originally will have one macronucleus and one micronucleus. So first the macronucleus will disintegrate in each of the conjugate, and the micronucleus will divide by meiosis producing 4 daughter nuclei. Here we can see 2 daughter nuclei and here 4 daughter nuclei are formed in each conjugate. So this conjugate will now each conjugate is having now 4 micronuclei. Out of these 4, 3 will disintegrate and only 1 will remain, and this remaining daughter nuclei, it will again undergo division. It will undergo unequal mitotic division, forming a large nucleus and a small nucleus. The large nucleus is called as a meganucleus or macronucleus. It is stationary, non-motile, whereas the small nucleus is called as a micronuclei and it is migratory nuclei. It moves, it is motile. So this is a migratory nuclei and this is a stationary nucleus. So the exchange of the pronuclei occurs here. The migratory nuclei of one conjugate will will enter into the another conjugate. The migratory nuclei, pronuclei of one conjugate enters into the second conjugate, and the migratory nuclei of the second conjugate enters to the first conjugate and fuses with the stationary nuclei. Stationary nucleus. With this, the syncaryon is formed in each conjugate. Syncaryon is formed by the process called amphimixis, where the migratory male pronucleus fuses with the stationary female pronucleus. So that fusion that is called as amphimixis, and the nucleus form is called as syncaryon. The zygote that is formed is called as syncaryon. So after formation of this syncaryon, later on, after 12 to 48 hours, they will depart from each other, and now they are being called as X conjugates. X conjugate 1, X conjugate 2. So these are A and B. So here these two paramecia, that is X conjugate, they again undergo divisions. The nucleus, the syncaryon present in each X conjugate divides thrice, forming 8 nucleus. Due to the first division, 2 nuclei are formed, daughter nuclei. Second division takes place and 4 daughter nuclei are formed. And due to the third division, 8 daughter nuclei are formed. After formation of 8 daughter nuclei, 4 of the nucleus will transform into macronuclei, and 4 will remain as micro. They will remain as micronuclei, and of these 3 will be disintegrated and only 1 will remain. So the remaining micronucleus, it divides by mitotically, undergoes mitotic division and forms 2 nuclei. So this X conjugate will now undergo binary fission, forming 2 daughter paramecia. So the paramecia which will undergo binary fission will have in it 4 macronuclei and 2 micronuclei. As a result of fission, 2 daughter paramecia are formed, each having 2 macronucleus and 1 micronucleus. So these 2 daughter paramecia, they will divide again and form into 4 daughter paramecia. From each one 2 are formed. As a result, 4 daughter paramecia are formed with 1 macronucleus and 1 micronucleus. So the same procedure, this same thing occurs in the second conjugate, that is X conjugate B, and as a result, at the end of the conjugation, here we can see 8 daughter paramecia are formed, and each having a macronucleus and a micronucleus. Conjugation occurs in paramecium chordatum, and it has significance. It helps in rejuvenation, as the paramecium loses its vigor due to repeated binary fissions, and nucleolar reorganization takes place, and variations occur because of conjugation, as different mating types participate in conjugation. And now let us see about autogamy. Autogamy occurs in Paramecium aurelia, and it is described by Driller. Autogamy is self-fertilization. Here, no union of the different conjugates takes place within the single paramecium, the nucleolar reorganization takes place. The Aurelia consists of one macronucleus and two micronuclei are present. So this micronuclei they undergo meiotic division. Each micronucleus will form four cells. So likewise 8 nuclei are formed as a result of meiotic division. Out of these, 7 nuclei will disintegrate, and later on the macronucleus it will slowly disappear and will be absorbed into the cytoplasm. So here the single micronucleus it will divide by mitosis and form two gamete nuclei. These two gamete nuclei they enter into a temporarily formed cytoplasmic cone near the mouth of this paramecium and unite together to form a zygote nucleus. So this zygote nucleus is a diploid nucleus and it will undergo division to form 4 nuclei. It will divide twice to form 4 nuclei. Of these, 2 will transform into macronuclei and 2 remain as micronuclei. Now, the micronuclei once again divide along with cytoplasmic division and results in 2 daughter paramecia. Like this, the rejuvenation or reorganization occurs in autogamy. Now let us see another type of sexual reproduction in paramecium chordatum, that is cytogamy. In cytogamy, two conjugates they come together by their ventral surfaces, they attach together, but the protoplasmic bridge is not formed between these two conjugates. The macronucleus will disintegrate. Micronuclei will divide and form 8 micronuclei in each conjugate. So no protoplasmic bridge is not formed, but the micronuclei will divide thrice to form 8 nuclei. It will form 8 nuclei. Out of these, 6 will disintegrate and 2 remain in each nuclei, in each conjugate. You can say X conjugate we should say. So in this, the remaining 2 which are present, they unite together and form the synkaryon as in autogamy. They form synkaryon as in autogamy, and then the 2 X conjugates they will separate from each other. So the cytogamy it resembles to some extent to the conjugation and to some extent to the autogamy. Endomixis is another type of sexual reproduction occurring in paramecium aurelia. It is a very interesting phenomenon. Here in a single paramecium consisting of 1 macronucleus and 2 micronuclei, the macronucleus will disintegrate and the micronuclei will divide. With one division 4 micronuclei are formed, and with these divide again to form 8 micronuclei are formed. From this 6 micronuclei will disintegrate and at the same time the cytoplasmic division will also occur. Thus each daughter paramecia will have a single nucleus with a single nucleus. So that nucleus will again divide in each paramecium, daughter paramecium, to form first 2 nuclei, and with another division, mitotic division, 4 nuclei are formed. Of this, two will form into macronuclei and two remain as micronuclei, and two remain as micronuclei. So here the remaining two micronuclei, they again divide along with cytoplasmic division, that is a binary fission, along with binary fission. So thus daughter paramecia are formed, each with the single macronucleus and two micronuclei. Thus from a single parent, four daughter paramecia are formed, each with single macronucleus and two micronuclei. Now let us see about hemixis. Hemixis is an aberrant condition of the macronucleus in the single parent individual. This is an act of purification on the part of macronucleus independent of syngamy or binary fission. Hemixis occurs in Paramecium chordatum, Aurelia and Paramecium multimicronucleatum. So in hemixis, here four types, in Paramecium aurelium, four types of hemixis are here given. So here this is the usual binary fission. In type A, the macronucleus, it forms two or more, it disintegrates into two or more forms, and they are nothing to do with they are not synchronous with the micronuclear division. And in type B, the macronucleus will form 1 to 20 or 20 macronuclear balls, and they will extrude into the cytoplasm. And in the type C, the macronucleus will divide into two or three simultaneously, and these macronuclear bodies they enter into the cytoplasm. And in the type D, the macronucleus will disintegrate into several subunits so that it will be completely lost, and this condition, prior to this macronuclear disintegration, micronucleus will disintegrate. Now let us see about parthenogenesis, other types of reproduction. Parthenogenesis is the ability where an individual reproduces without fertilization. So this is called as parthenogenesis. In parthenogenesis, the fusion of gametes will not take place, but the gamete will develop into a new individual. So it occurs in some organisms like Actinophrys. In Actinophrys, this parthenogenesis usually occurs in females. Two female individuals, they come closer together and they are enclosed in a cyst. The nuclei will divide, the nucleus of each individual will divide into two. One nuclei of one individual is fused with the other, but the remaining nuclei those are present in one in each of the two individuals will develop parthenogenetically into adult. So the nucleus which have not participated in cross fertilization will develop into adults. In Chlamydomonas also, the gametes develop into adults. The syngamy will not occur and they develop into adults. The gametes will develop into adults. We can see that in Chlamydomonas, and in Polytoma also parthenogenesis occurs. The endomixis in ciliates is also a parthenogenetic phenomenon. Usually, the parthenogenetic individuals, they will be haploid as they are developed from the without the fusion of the gametes, but when observed, they seem to be diploid. Next is the plasmogamy. In certain individuals of Rhizopoda and Mycetozoa, 2 to 3 organisms, they come closer together, and they will be enclosed in a membrane, and that thus forming the plasmodium. The nucleus of each will be clear, but fusion will not occur. After some time, they will separate from the plasmodium. So this is called as plasmogamy. So this plasmogamy is not sexual, or there is no syngamy. Hence, it is some other type of we can see in it and reproduction. But it is believed that this plasmogamy occurs due to during feeding also. For feeding, they unite together for ingestion of the prey. Next is regeneration. In regeneration is the capacity to produce new parts in the place of the last parts. So in most of the protozoans have the regenerative capacity. Parasitic forms have less regenerative capacity. The nucleus plays an important role in regeneration. In stentor, the nucleus is long chain-like. If the stentor is cut transversely into 3 parts, then each part will develop into individual stentor. That is, the parts which contain nuclear bit will develop into individuals. But those parts without nuclear bit, they don't develop into individuals. So nucleus plays a prominent role in regeneration.